Our next presentation is titled An Update on the Next Generation Leaders Program. We have two presenters today. Lindsay Auble is a senior process engineer at URS Corporation. Her project experience has ranged from technology evaluation and early design development through detailed design and installation. Currently, Lindsay is managing functional interfaces and coordinating a project quality and productivity improvement initiative. Michael Bankus has over 18 years of experience in home office engineering, engineering management, field engineering, and construction contracts management for Fluor Corporation, having worked on a variety of project types. Please welcome Michael and Lindsay.
All right. Thanks for having us today. I somehow think Lindsay and I got the worst draw in the conference. Keith, you think we can come back tomorrow after we go through their implementation session? On behalf of the entire Next Gen Leaders community of practice, I'd first like to start by just acknowledging the executive committees and the conference planning committees for continued support and endorsement throughout the year, and our 10 minutes of fame on the stage today. I'm Mike Bankus, and today Lindsay Auble and I, as co-chairs of the Next Gen Leaders Community of Practice, have the privilege of representing our group and sharing with you the opportunities we create for our members to interact with a broader and deeper network of peers and leaders within the industry, use CII as a catalyst to advance our professional development, and ultimately prepare to take on the roles, leadership roles of today and tomorrow. You'll also learn the details of a couple of initiatives that we have planned that have a tremendous synergy with the Next Gen Leaders community of practice, and of course how you can take advantage of all these opportunities for yourself. Now, under the guidance of Fernanda Leche and Kim Allen, the team leaders and 73 members of the community have focused on the knowledge and skills individuals gain by actively participating in CII, as well as the value that CII brings to its member companies and to the industry in general. All of this with a next-gen perspective to make sure that it is relevant to the group and that the knowledge that we gain can be directly applied to our current responsibilities back in the workplace. Several of our members, in fact, have gone on even further with this and become CII ambassadors and implementation champions within their organization. And you can get all this, by the way, for the cost of a toll-free phone call and a couple hours a month. Hard to imagine a simpler or more cost-effective way to increase the return of investment for your company's membership. Now, keeping in mind we're also looking to develop the next generation of leaders for CII, we place a large emphasis on providing assistance for research teams, committees, and other CII initiatives. And in doing so, we're preparing our members to actively participate in these groups in the future. In fact, we've already seen 8 or 9 of these roles filled by Next Gen alumni in just under 2 years of existence. Autonomously, we sponsored the Next Gen Forum on the Monday of conference week. This year's program on the creative process used to generate ideas and solutions for problems and the leadership traits that facilitate acceptance and implementation was presented by Dr. Galen Paulson from the McCombs School of Business at UT Austin, and also the CII Executive Leadership Program. This is one of our most looked forward to events of the year and was attended by over 100 participants. This event continues to grow, and we're already looking forward to an even larger turnout next year in Indianapolis. Now, the last comment I want to make before turning over to Lindsay is based on my personal experience as a leader in this community and my participation on Research Team 272. And that is that the Next Gen Leaders community of practice provides more than individual development and a professional network. You've heard Wayne and Glenn talk about it. CII wants our input. They want our insight to the research and practices CII is developing. And that puts the members of the community of practice in a position to truly have an influence on the future state of the construction industry. So I'll leave you with that thought as Lindsay Auble comes to the podium to give you details on how to get involved in the activities that will get you engaged and moving forward with CII.
Thank you, Michael. I'm with him, though. I don't know about following that last one. I saw a slide up there that said, give a bad speech and you'll ruin your career or something like that. I'm like, ooh, that's a lot of pressure. Good afternoon, everyone. Michael just highlighted the ways that our community is supporting our members, the way that we are providing value for member organizations and for CII, and the way we're shaping the future leaders of this industry. I'd like to talk to you a little bit today about what our current activities are and what we have planned for the coming year. And maybe I'll inspire some of you, or maybe someone you know, to get involved with us in our community. So the great thing about our community is that we are new and we are growing. Being new, we have the opportunity to really shape the activities and how we participate within CII. And since we are growing so fast, we have divided ourselves into a couple of teams that are focused on the administrative side and the development side of our community members. This is a way for us to manage our growth, but it's also a way to give our community members another way that they can get actively involved. So our first few teams, communications and membership and events planning, they're the ones that really organize and connect our members. And this is remotely via LinkedIn and our e-meetings, but then we also do this in person, like yesterday during our Next Generation Leaders Forum. Raise of hands, who went? Awesome. Did you guys like it? Did you guys like it? All right. Well, I was picking Galen Paulson's brain at the mixer last night, and he told me that in order to be powerful, I had to put my hands on the podium, strong gesture with one hand, square shoulders, and not bounce my head around a lot. So here we go. Now, our knowledge sharing team, led by Stacy Gibson and Obi Abghazi, they're responsible for providing the main topic for each of our monthly e-meetings. They've done a tremendous job reaching out to the member organizations and to CII to find engaging speakers come into our group. But then they've also used this as a development opportunity, as many of the presentations were developed and presented by the members of this team themselves. And I have to tell you, I think communicating over a teleconference setting remotely has to be one of the most challenging things you can do, because you don't get that personal feedback that you do from the facial expressions, from the body language. So it's a great development opportunity. I'll touch briefly on our leadership development team. They've led us through several brainstorming sessions and discussions that have helped us pinpoint exactly what the leadership development needs and mentoring needs of our community members are. And I'll get into what their future endeavors are. And this year, we are thrilled to partner with the 1010 Performance Assessment Campaign, which you heard a little bit more about this morning, to connect our members with this benchmarking initiative. So in an effort to utilize existing CII resources, our leadership development team has identified an opportunity to align with the Professional Development Committee. We believe there's quite a bit of overlap between the goals of the PDC and our community, and we want to make sure that by working together, we can best utilize the resources that are already available to us within CII. And another initiative that our leadership development team is pursuing is to really enhance the onboarding process that our next generation leaders will get as they come into the door and join our community of practice. The Next Generation Leaders Community of Practice was actually how I got involved with CII. Before I was in this, I did not know the first thing about CII, the research, all the tools and best practices. I didn't know any of that. But by attending these e-meetings and by getting actively involved and networking with people that were also earlier in their career, I went from being a CII novice to presenting at the CII annual conference plenary session in just 2 years. What can your next generation talent do? And so over the next year, we are really excited to support CII's strategic efforts by partnering with the 1010 Performance Assessment Campaign. We want to provide our members with an active, hands-on project that will get them involved in other areas of CII. Burns and Mack have already seen the advantages of getting their next-gen talent behind their benchmarking efforts. And so we want to help all of you take this as an opportunity to develop and engage your next-generation talent, but then also harness their energy and their fresh perspective. We plan on providing anyone who's interested in getting involved in this initiative some of the training and material, and then connecting them with the community of practice that is involved with this initiative. And then we also want to provide them kind of a forum where they can share and learn from one another's experiences. I think that the high energy and the creativity of the next generation might be exactly what your organizations need to take your benchmarking initiative to the next level. So I hope that you guys are all as excited about what we have coming for the next year as we are. We are looking for more members. We're looking for active, leadership-bound, next-generation talent that are ready to get engaged in CII. But then we also are seeking industry-experienced and CII professionals that have a passion for mentoring and leadership development that will help our team succeed. We don't have an implementation session. You might have seen that in the program. But we do have people who know about the next-generation community of practice that are wearing these fancy buttons. And we have a display area. Come out there, get to know us. We have people out there that are going to be representing the team and information pamphlets, and we'll also take down your information. So getting involved with this community of practice has definitely transformed my involvement with CII. And it gave me a way to practice my leadership development and by giving presentations just like this. So we hope that all of you are able to take advantage of this opportunity that we have. So come, find us, learn more. Thank you.